Good evening, YouTube. This is Dao Min Vong for Dao's the Way. And I essentially am, I just, my title well, my topic is I am reconnecting to the past before October 2021. And I am in about my social present during the time 2017 all the way to then, and the mania and everything I share online, and now being code recovery or whatever. Um, how about this? I recover recovery is complex PTSD recovery because bipolar disorder is apparently a something that is environmental and or genetics. It doesn't matter to me. I have it, and I know I have it a long time ago. But what happened? I what I'm desiring to do is to well I mean I'm sure I have no social media follower, so this is about me. Um, this is actually for mostly me anyway. Just like when I originally told people that my mania, that I'm just doing a stream. I need no one wants to listen to me, so I'm doing the stream consciousness to just blast this out, so later I can review it. Because when you're in mania, you don't remember what you're doing. We know that, okay? That's why I had video recording and everything around my condo, because in mania I did some yes, mania. And I couldn't explain that because I did not have mania before. I mean, I was using marijuana to treat um uh my depression from May 2014 all the way. I mean, I did not have this issue until I got fired from UC Irvine School of Social Science. I mean, okay, because no one in my meaning I was very much in managing everything. So there was a period essentially for 2014, 2015, 2016. There's a period of 3 years where I was able to deal with depression, anxiety, and everything else using marijuana, thanks to Andy Hill. But what was really frustrating was how social engineering worked. But I'm going to tell you more about my what I'm right now is interested in is discussing. I guess this is where it's better to do Twitch TV. Maybe I should have done that with Twitch TV. Is to demonstrate what I'm going to read is why THC, and I'm just becoming aware right now, it's the same thing, is that when you have fight flight response, the problem here is you are no longer okay. A complex PTSD and complex PTSD, when you have an episode, something trigger you, meaning and then you essentially your brain, your body react essentially is not tied to the present moment. What's happening is that you are your whole body nervous system is repeating, is reacting to a trigger. And why is it that THC helped or marijuana helped me was that essentially it numbed your fight flight response. And I discussed that before. I don't have any fight flight response now. What I'm using this now is to reconnect to past memory. And I don't remember. I mean, and what I can tell you is uh, the I certainly experience. It's the same. I can describe that experience as going on a meditation retreat for a week where everyone listened to you and everyone loved you, love bombed you, and next thing you know, you feel calm and happy, and the world peaceful again, and everything's peaceful, and meaning that was the feeling. Okay, so what happened with THC is that then you go back to the world and fight again. But um, what I what really helped me was that I can observe the trigger. So when I'm triggering by some trigger, and then what I my brain, what really cool was that, oh wow, I am the fight, meaning just the feeling where you're so lazy, because I'm not a lazy person. Well, now I am, but but before I'm not. What was it that you realize? You know, when you get high and you try to get out of bed or do something, just don't want to. That the fight flight response that essentially numb you. I mean, that's scientifically studied already, but you do not. If you give all the soldier marijuana to get high on, think if there's ever, there won't be a war. So what's interesting now is actually the future is be robot war. I mean, obviously it's gonna be robot war and everything. I mean, it's about destroying people, network and properties and all. Actually, the future of war is really stupid because we're only destroying the earth, and that we are living in one earth system, people. There's only one planet. You like to claim Mars, you can, and create a future you want to, but by the time that thing works, we'll all be dead. So, meaning this idea here is that we are that what we're doing to the planet Earth, we're all living it. And no, there is no isolated Earth system. We're living on one planet. So, yes, I'm a globalist, and I don't believe in race and ethnicity. They're just humanity, human being. So, what I'm fighting against here, well, actually, I'm not. What I'm my this is about me talking about complex PTSD, and a lot of people, believe it or not, suffer from complex PTSD. According to the basic definition, we just don't want to admit it. The fact that the media maintain this makes you fight, flight, trigger. The media deliberately manipulate. This is not a. I'm not okay. I'm not. This is not a conspiracy theory. I'm not conspiracy theorist. The fact that okay, I'm gonna go to some. The fact that you have identity, like if I am saying I am, if I identify myself as an Irviner, someone who lived in Irvine, California, and if someone said Irvine is boring, that's true, it is. But it's where the stupid people live. I would say no, 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 no. Irvine, it's more like the people here are shelter. But you know what? Irvine, at the Orange County, the Republican Orange County that we think of, that the baby boomer thinks of. You know how there was. I remember when I went to UC Irvine. I remember everyone said you're going to the conservative place. Whereas LA was where the liberal, and Orange County is known for its conservatism. Let's just say that when I went to this Irvine on May 22nd Harvey Mill event, I'm very proud that Irvine has changed, because yes, it was very depressing in the 90s, even 2000 and all, even So my point, um, but what I'm trying to is I'm trying to reclaim my brain again and try to be functional again. Um, I'm that I do not need it. Abilify, got it? I mean, I deliberately when I took that drug in 2016, when the first time psychiatric care forced me to go on Abilify for a week. That was what the prescription was. I think it was the second time I went to psychiatric care. The first time they just say, "Oh, you're just stressed. You need more sleep." That's exactly what they said. You needed more sleep, which was correct. And when I explained to them what I do for a living and all these things, so there were what I felt like there's you do not want as an individual ever to be labeled as mentally ill and inferior. You want mentally ill superior. Like no one will ever blame. It's like what Donald Trump can get away with, none of us can. I mean, that's exactly it. That's yeah. But you know what? Krishnamurti said it very much. If you follow authority, it will corrupt you and the authority. No, no, really, I mean, the authority corrupt both of us. There is only the idea is I think this comes back to holistic thinking. That things arises equally, simultaneously. When you start measuring things, we don't. Your existence depend on so many things that you're not conscious of, and your existence can also be destroyed without you knowing anyway. So this, if you look truly understand how this, there was a time when I wish I didn't wake up. I really mean it. I wish I want to I want to sleep, and that I just never wake up. And that's not suicidal. That was essentially the boredom that I was living with, where every day for 3.5 years, it was it was not it was essentially a numbness that it was things like it'd be better just I didn't want dream because what I want was dead quiet sleep. You see, because for a while I did dream about work and things like that, but and then there comes a point when you just say like, it would be nice to just fall asleep and never dream, just fall asleep, never wake up again. That would be heaven. And to me, that is the ultimate death, is to never ever think to because what the fight flight response is essentially what we live in. I mean, we are we are, that's what we are. That's evolutionary biologists, and that's how our brain think. But what was nice with THC, it was that it paused. What happened was my thinking. What was really cool was I can feel it before my thought response would happen. That was what I really love when I discovered THC. What I really love about alcohol with the buzz, and it reduced my inhibition, which also is a form of fight flight response. So the reason why these helped was that I was so is a I was a very uptight person for a very long time, and I think a lot of people are, and they to learn to become aware. But I mean, when I got, I studied this too. I mean, people explain, yeah, no, I mean, I can understand why people become alcoholic. I mean, I really can because, well, let's just face it, I am an alcoholic. Well, I mean, yes. If you want to label, whatever, you can judge, label, judge. I'm not interested. I deliberately, after 3.5 years of, yeah, I got off the wagon. No, the reason why I was on the wagon was part for social, part of the culture. But the reason I'm actually, I I'm going to be on the wagon, meaning I am a social animal, and yeah, if I mean I can die in, I don't care how I die. I just don't want to die in pain. You see, I want to die in a for me, the best death would be just I don't know about it. I just die, be done with. I'm sorry. Grieving is for the living. That is a fact. That is always the fact. Dead, you're done. For me, at least, grieving is the people that you're responsible to, the people you're attached to, the people who love. I mean, they're going to suffer. But as far as for me, death, if I'm gone tomorrow, instantly, no pain, I'm happy. I'm done. But what happened with when I discovered THC, what I became aware was that the free flowing thoughts. I wasn't like I could write things. I could be creative again, and it was nice. And as I'm feeling, I'm not been high. I'm not been that drunk either. It doesn't matter. But as I'm touching on this, I'm trying to hint. is I'm stimulated by this is um I how but THC also can create anxiety, too much of it, marijuana too, but what really did help was when there was a time when I couldn't control my emotional regulation. And to get high, it helped to just let it process. And just meaning whatever's trigger, whatever memory, fight, flight, respond. It was so cool to say, I don't care. I can't move. I'm numb. And I just want to listen to music. And I just want to listen to this and just space out because I was so anxious about my, especially by October 21, when I was running out of money. When I mean, how does that work? I knew the way I see it, I had a condo that I can use. I had around $100,000 collateral. I mean, $100,000 worth of whatever equity, I guess, on the condo. And so the worst can happen is they just repossess my condo, and meaning how I'm gonna have to pay for my debt that I was accumulating through not working and not finding jobs and all. And essentially, I was living on credit card and all. But so what? Essentially, what happened was I became I was becoming nervous. Um, a is I couldn't when I can't pay the bills and things get I was very nervous about that. So the reality was that I was living feeling doom and gloom that no one, especially how my family had distanced themselves from me, especially how I verbally yell and scream about how they mistreated me. Whether it's true or not, that's not the point. But essentially, everyone did distance themselves because they couldn't handle my mania and didn't understand. I mean, what else did I understand? That unemployed. I mean, it was weird. I tried to educate them about complex PTSD. I mean, they were generous. My siblings. So my point is that I try to educate them about complex PTSD. When I mean, my sibling was loving as much as they could. I mean, they really tried. I'm not saying that they didn't. They were very generous. But at one point, they couldn't do much for me either. So, but what happened in psychiatric care was that when with how my siblings said that we can trust the psychiatrist whether when they can leave you or not, and that you're essentially stuck in there. I remembered that after 2 weeks, there was thing where first there's psychiatry. There's only several there are rules about how long they can keep you in psychiatric care, but that's not true. You can become a ward of the state, and you're screwed at that point. Meaning, my roommate in the psychiatric care was someone ward of the state, and he's been there for over a year and a half because he was essentially what I understand was he's addicted to um, what's that popular? No, is it fentanyl? I think is it fentanyl or there's yeah, I think it's fentanyl. Yeah, I think it's fentanyl. Wait, well, it doesn't matter. Meaning, the ooh, my that was where. Oh, that's what the Siri suddenly answered yes. But what I my they kept me and they essentially said that we're not going to let you out until you agree to. I repeat the story. I know. Uh, get 200 milligram of Abilify, and that is slowly released in your body every 30 days. I mean, it's slowly, and you're essentially going to take this in with the court order and everything else, part of your probation and all, and so and then that was very much I said, fine, yes, I'll do it. And but it really numbs you, and it's caused a lot of physical pain that I never want to repeat again. And what I learned from that experience is how inhumane the medical industry is, and how much money I thought I paid for the best healthcare in the world, possible UC Irvine, and that I was a 40. I mean, in 2021, I was that would be 4 years ago. I was a, uh, I was 48 years old, officially 48 years old. It's a 48 years old man who can be reduced down to being treated like I never lived by myself, never create my own career, never been a responsible adult since forever, mother. It was weird how your own personal feeling attack sharing information about online, about my own personal life. And I explained to everyone that we all change over time, that my mother is not the same mother I'm arguing with, because I know that narrative, because I changed that narrative many years ago. Or else I wouldn't be the successful person I was. Right, Jerry Keys? And I argued this is the ghost. But I'm arguing, touching back here, is the lack of respect for single male, Asian male being single in Asian culture. If you don't get married by a certain age, even if you have a career, they look down at you. Especially, I couldn't believe it. The Vietnamese baby boomer to this day still ask, calculate, are you single? I'm thinking, yes, I am single, and I chose to be single. I deliberately chose to be single. It was not the fact I did not was not capable of having boyfriend or relationship. I deliberately bought this condo and accept being single in 2011. It's not no. It's not like no. I didn't build it. I didn't. To be honest, I thought that Tom and I could do kind of dual. I had a romantic idea that Tom and I could be a jet setter living Orange County here, and he had in San Francisco, and we can have this what you see on Instagram with other gay couple who are have long distance relationship and have money. I thought we could do that. I really did. But then Fitz got in the way. Yeah, Fitz. I'm sharing with you a love story. Not love. I love everybody I know, but a story of my life. Someday, you can do. I can data mine. I have an AI data mine this for me. That I wish I kept. Nah, it doesn't matter. I knew what I was recording because it was repetition over and over again. Anyway, just like I'm repeating that because most of us repeat the same. Even Krishnamurti, he repeat the same thing over and over again. No, there is just the present moment and what we bring to the present. And really, the question is, what exactly are we bringing in the present moment now? And yes, to be honest with you, it did become repetitive. But I think what the point was that he is really talking about there is just consciousness in the present moment, and you are the author of that. So we discussed earlier about stoicism and everything what we can't control. For him is there, what does it mean? I had a difficulty understanding Christian where it's like, isn't another thought trying to maintain another thought is awareness? Isn't awareness is just what you're doing now, and where's your attention? And I had difficulty understanding what attention is, but my attention is exactly where my attention is. You see, mother, I actually did understand Krishnamurti. Have a good day. And yes, marijuana, I love it and I needed it because exactly what I'm doing now. And no, it didn't cause mania. Mania was something else, lack of sleep. Have a good day.